In this section, we're going to learn to use different types of selectors. So, what selector actually is? Selector is a part of the syntax of CSS. The keywords used to select HTML elements to apply styles are selectors. For example, in this code, H1 is the selector. It is selecting the heading element and making it red. There are 8 types of selectors. They are name selector, universal selector, ID selector, class selector, combinator selector, pseudo-class selector, pseudo-elements selector, and attribute selector. We're going to learn how to use all of these selectors. Before starting, let's remove the code from previous section and save it as CSS selector.html. Then open this new web page in the web browser and close the previous tab. We have already used the name selector. The name selector selects the element by name. So we have an H1 element. It says this is heading 1. Then we have a paragraph element. I'm going to write this is paragraph 1. Copy this heading and paragraph and paste it here. Now go to the head section and create a style element. Now select H1 element using its name and set the background color to light blue. Save the code, reload the web page. Both of these headings have blue backgrounds now. Now we will select these paragraph elements. For that, we have to use the name of paragraph element, that is P, and then let's set background color to light blue. Save the code, reload the web page. Now the paragraphs also have light blue background. So the summary of this section is, when we select an HTML element by their names, we call them name selector. As simple as that. CSS allows grouping of selectors. That means we can group H1 and P together and apply a style to it. To do it, write the name of the elements together and separate them by a comma. And remove this one. When multiple elements have same style, instead of using name selectors for each of them, we can group them together and apply style in one block of code. Save the code, reload the web page. The style remains the same. Let's apply another style to this group. I want to make the text of the paragraphs and the headings italic. For that, we need to select these elements. I'm going to use name selectors. The name of the heading elements is H1 and the name of the paragraph elements is P. I'm grouping both of the names and separating them with a comma. Then we will use font style property and we'll set the value to italic. Use the semicolon to terminate the line. Save the code. Reload the web page. Everything has become italic. So this is how, using the names of the HTML elements, we can select them and change their styles. That's all about name selector. In the next section, we will learn another interesting selector, that is ID selector.